Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, it is 5:44 p.m. on, what day is it? It's Monday the 22nd of October. So I need to keep the clips for this vlog, welcome to a new vlog, PS, and I need to keep these clips for all of this vlog as short as possible because this is going to be a 10-day vlog. So things could get out of hand very quickly. So I just got home from work. I literally just quickly filmed a little wrap-up clip for Spookathon, which was the vlog slash wrap-up that will already have been up, so check that out if you haven't already. So in terms of a reading update, so I finished my last book for Spookathon last night before I went to bed, and unfortunately in my Spookathon reading last week, I couldn't fit in any library books, and I was already really behind on due date, so things have gotten pretty dire. So I have moved on to I've moved on to a library read. So first up, I am reading Boy Crazy Stacy by Anne M. Martin. This is book 8 in the Babysitters Club series, and check out it's facing this way at the moment, but my totally cute. Who is calling me? Oh, hold on a second, guys. My mom's calling me. Sorry about that. My sister had surgery today, so that was my mom just calling me to give me an update. All went well. So what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh, I was showing you my totally cute little cat bookmark on Boy Crazy Stacy. So I've started this. I only read on the bus on the way home today, so I didn't have a huge amount of time for reading. But my bus took quite a while today because we got caught in an accident. So I'm on page 56, so not too bad. My aim for today is basically I've got knitting group tonight, so I need to leave in about 20 minutes. So my aim is just to get this read before bed, before moving on to my next library read. If I was being really ambitious, I would basically like to finish that, Cold Spell by Jackson Pierce, and The Ghost at Dawn's House by Anne M. Martin. Finish all 3 of those by the time I get home from work on Wednesday, so that I can take them all back to the library. Because the library's open late on Wednesdays, but I don't think that's going to happen, because I just don't think I can get through. If I finish that other one today, that means I've got 2 days to get through this, and it's possible, but I just don't think it's going to happen because I just have not been getting a lot of reading time during my work week lately. So I think that is it. Like I said, I want to keep these clips short, and this has probably already gone on too long. So I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. I'll be able to give you guys my thoughts on Boy Crazy Stacy, and hopefully I will have started this by that stage as well. So I'll talk to you guys again very soon. Bye guys. Hi folks. It is time for Winnie to cause mayhem, which is all the time. It is 5:32 p.m. on Tuesday, the 23rd of October. I just got home from work. I have boxing tonight. I need to leave in about 20 minutes. So, reading update. So, last night, I did finish Boy Crazy Stacy by Anne M. Martin. This one basically follows Stacy and Mary Ann go as mother's helpers on a, beach, 2-week beach holiday with a family with 8 kids. Actually, Mallory's family, if that means anything to anyone, goes on it with their family and becomes obsessed with a lifeguard on the beach, and has a little bit of conflict with Mary Ann because Mary Ann thinks that Stacey isn't pulling her weight because she's obsessed with this boy, which she's totally not. I have to say, historically, as a kid, I remember Stacey being my favorite babysitter. If I had to pick my favorite babysitter now based on the first 8 books, it would be Claudia, probably. Claudia loves mystery novels, and she loves eating junk food, which, relatable, am I right? So I feel like Claudia's my favorite at the moment, but it's early days. This series has over 100 books. It's very early days. I could easily change my mind on that. This one, for me, I just gave 3 stars. It's the lowest rating I've given so far. I still enjoyed it. It's an enjoyable series. There was no real, takeaway messages in this that I really picked up on, and it was just a bit middle of the road for me. So I gave this a 3 star. I completely forgot to mention to you guys yesterday that I did start listening to an audiobook yesterday, and I actually got 65% of the way through it yesterday. So I finished that today. So I have an entire other book to talk to you guys about. I'm just trying to pull up the title because I can't remember exactly what it's called. It is called, if my Goodreads loads, I could tell you. It's something like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, it's The Girl Who Fell from the Sky by Heidi W. Dorrow. This is a contemporary coming-of-age story about a little girl named Rachel, who I think she's about 8 years old, and she survives this like family tragedy which results in the death of her mother and her two younger siblings. And her father is really grief-stricken, and she basically ends up going to live with her grandmother and grows up with her grandmother. Rachel is biracial. Her father was black, and the grandmother she's living with is black, but Rachel is half white. Her mother was white. And the story deals a little bit with Rachel being biracial in a black neighborhood where most of the people are black, and her not looking the way that they look, but also not being white. It deals with that a little bit, and like that's kind of what the synopsis talks about, like what the book is basically going to be about. If I'm being perfectly honest, I wanted to enjoy this book more than I did enjoy it. I don't know, I found it a little bit boring, if I'm being perfectly frank. It just didn't have, it was definitely more character focused than plot focused, which is fine. I prefer my stories character focused, but nothing really happened. And there were so many like little threads and things that I feel like were just kind of dropped at the end, and we didn't get much closure on a lot of things. And like, I understand this is a story it's just based around like a story of somebody's life. So because of that, not everything is always going to be wrapped up because their life is still ongoing. But there was just like threads that were part of this story that I felt like kind of should have been addressed again and like tied up a little more at the end. Like, and I don't know, it was just kind of boring. Like I said, it definitely had some great it talked about some interesting issues, as I mentioned. So I don't know, I gave it 3 stars, but it was just, I expected this to be like a 4 or 5 star, like really like, really interesting, like talk about really interesting themes and topics. And I don't know, it just didn't hit the mark for me, and I gave that one 3 stars. I then today, do I have the other book? I do. I have Cold Spell by Jackson Pierce. I started this today. I'm only 52 pages through, but this is only just, how many pages is this? Like 320, just over 320 pages. So I am kind of now hoping, I feel like maybe I could finish this and the next Babysitters Club book, because, confession time, my library account has been put on hold. That's how overdue a couple of these books are. And normally I would feel really bad, and I've mentioned this before, if they're books that are like popular books that other people actually have holds on, I would return them without having read them and would just request them again. But they're not. It's just that my library has a limit on how many times you can renew things, even if there's nobody waiting on the book. So that's kind of annoying. But so this is the one that's put it on hold, which I finished, but I can't make it to the library until tomorrow night. So I'm basically, and I've got heaps of fines racked up on my account at the moment. So I basically want to go tomorrow, and tomorrow night I want to return this. I would like to return this, and I would like to return the other the next Babysitters Club book. They're the really overdue ones. And then I would like to pay off all my fines that I currently have, and then I would feel a lot better about the library book situation. But so I've got boxing tonight, like I mentioned. I'm hoping that I should be home from boxing by about 7:30. I still need to eat dinner and wash my hair. But I'm hoping that I can get at least 150 pages through this tonight. I think that's doable. It's only 100 pages. I think that's doable. And then that tomorrow, what would that leave me? I would have to read, no, see, I don't know, because I would have to get 150 pages through this tomorrow while I was at work. And read like 150 pages of this, because these are normally about like 140 pages. Yeah, this is 149. So I basically still need to read what, 270 and 150, so like 420 pages. I don't know. It feels like it should be doable, but I don't think it is. I don't know. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. In any event, I will definitely return this one at the very least. We're just putting my account on hold, and hopefully maybe Cold Spell as well. Winifred, no. Oh, that's right. No, you're allowed to scratch on that. I don't really care. It's just a sheet. So, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, that's basically all I have to report. I will also probably start a new audiobook tomorrow, because I think I've got 3 more that are still on my account ready to listen to. So, lots of reading going on. Not much else to report. I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I get home from work. Before I've got physio, and like I said, so I basically want to go straight from physio to the library, which means I'm not going to have much time to read afterwards. Like, I would really like to return those books. But we'll see. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with an update on, did I accomplish it? Probably not, but fingers crossed. Hi guys, it is, ooh, gotten off my head. It is 5:15 p.m. on Wednesday, the 24th of October. I left work just a touch early today to make sure that I was home in time to leave for my physio appointment, because I do have physio tonight, as I mentioned. So, reading update. Did I accomplish the goal? No, but I kind of have a plan. So, I am still reading Cold Spell by Jackson Pierce. I am currently page 269, so I've got just over 50 pages left in this. So I need to, I've got about how long? I need to leave for physio in about 20 minutes. I have also the previous vlog, the Spookathon vlog and wrap up, which is already late, and I want to get that exporting before I leave, which is doable because I did last night edit most of it. I think I've got 2 clips to add in. So I'm hoping I can get that exporting before I leave, and then any spare time I have before I leave, I'm going to read as much of this as possible, and then I should be able to get this finished like in the waiting room, at the physio, or whatever. And then my basic plan is to go to the library and then just sit at the library and finish and read this entire thing so that I can return it. I don't think it's going to take me that long. This is just under 150 pages. Yeah, 149, I think I said last night, 149. And I'm thinking that it would probably only take me like 45 minutes to an hour to read this entire thing. And that, so then I can return all 3 of these books. Ow, Winifred. All 3 of these books. That is, if you could just see the amount of cat hair that just came flying off her. It's insane. Okay, so yeah, so I can return all 3 of these. That is the plan. So I need to be very quick in the rest of this clip so that I can hopefully get that video exporting before I leave, so that then I can just set it to upload when I get home, because I'm going to be getting home obviously later than what I normally would with just physio if I'm going to be sitting at the library for an hour. So, like I said, 50 pages from the end of this. I don't think I've talked about what this is about yet. This is, of course, my camera just ran out of memory card because it knows I'm in a fucking hurry. So this is, what was I saying? This is the 4th and final book in the fairy tale retellings series. This is a retelling of the Snow Queen. I think it's a pretty loose retelling, but I'm not really sure because the only thing I have to kind of base my knowledge of the Snow Queen off is Frozen. I've never read anything else really to do with the Snow Queen. I am enjoying this. I don't think I'm enjoying it as much as the 3rd book, which was the Little Mermaid retelling. That one I really liked. But I think I'm enjoying it more than both the Beauty and the Beast and the Hansel and Gretel retelling, which was books 1 and 2. But I'm reserving judgment to kind of see how it ends over the last 50 pages, because I do feel like quite often the endings of these books are really rushed. And I could see maybe potentially that that's going to happen with this one as well. So that's where I'm at with this. I did also start a new audiobook today. I was going to start an audiobook called Cotillion by Georgette Heyer that my friend Emma recommended to me because she recently listened to it on audio and she really enjoyed it, and said that, I think she said that it had an ending that she didn't expect, and that intrigued me because it's a historical romance. But once again, this happened to me again, where I realized that my library's audio copy was like the abridged version. I don't even understand why they have abridged version of books like this. Like, I understand having abridged versions of like really long, like literary classics, but why do you have an abridged version of what's like a 350-page romance novel? I'm not really sure. Anyway, so the audiobook was only like 5 hours and it wasn't the full book, so I didn't want to listen to that. So that's really disappointing. Anyway, but I did have other audiobooks lined up. So I'm listening to Her Pretty Face by Robin Harding. This is a very recent release, and it's a thriller that I was excited about, so I'm excited to be listening to a recent thriller release. This one, the synopsis described this book, I believe, about being about two women who are both, like, their mothers and their kids go to school together and they become really good friends, and we know that one of them is a murderer, I think, but we don't know which one it is. I'm 52% of the way through, so just over halfway. Should hopefully get this one done tomorrow. Really enjoying it so far. I will say that it does have a bit of fat shaminess to it, but it's not like, it's like the character themselves being fat shamed. So I feel like it's like aware in that way. Like, I don't think it's, you know, it's not the character fat shaming someone else and you being like, that's gross. They're being fat shamed. So I don't have a problem with it as much in that context, because I feel like that's happens to people in real life, if you know what I mean. There is also, just warning, a really graphic scene of vomiting. So if you're not into that, well, like, no, I'm not into it. But if that's like something that really is like too much for you, maybe avoid this book, because I don't know if it was particularly graphic because I was listening to it on audio. So I was like, ooh, that's a lot to hear, but I'm enjoying that. So hopefully I should finish that tomorrow. So tomorrow when I talk to you guys, I should be able to talk to you guys about this, about Her Pretty Face, and about that Babysitter's Club book that I've put down and I don't know where it is. So yeah, that is it. I need to go get that video, hopefully exporting, and get changed and go to physio and finish this and read that other book, and I've got so much to do. And yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:52 p.m. on Thursday the 25th of October. I've been home from work for a little bit. I feel really stressed today. I don't know if you guys ever have one of those days where you feel really stressed but you don't really know why. I don't know, is that just anxiety, I guess? I just feel very stressed and anxious today. Like, I've talked about this a little bit before on my channel. I am not an outwardly emotional person. I'm very empathetic in that books, movies, TV shows, news, like basically anything that I see or read or hear, whatever, can make me cry at the drop of a hat. Like, I am so a crier when it comes to that. But in like real life, I'm not a crier. I'm not like emotional about myself, if that makes sense. So I say that to lead you into this little story that I'm about to tell you that makes you realize how ridiculous this is. So I came home, I felt vaguely like stressed like today, not super, but like almost as soon as I got home, I just felt extra stressed, and I don't know why. You would think once I got home, I wouldn't feel as stressed, but I just felt really, really stressed and anxious. And I came in and I had a food delivery and I was trying to put that away, and then I didn't have enough room in my freezer, so I was calling my mom to say, can you come and get a bunch of these like frozen stuff that I had in my freezer that I was never going to eat because I don't like, and I didn't want to throw it away because I knew that she would want it and she would be annoyed if she found out that I threw it away. So I called her, and then she didn't want to come get it. She wanted me to take it to her, and I was like, I'm not coming to take it to you. Come get it. So she made my dad walk, because we literally live around the corner from each other. So she made my dad walk around to get it, and then while I was waiting for him to come, I was trying to unpack the rest of it, and then I was half unpacked, and then I had to answer the door and give him the stuff and stop the cat from getting out. And then I unpacked the rest of it, and then it's also bin night, so I was trying to take all the rubbish out, and I was trying to scoop the kitty litter, blah, 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 blah. I was just trying to do all the things. It's really not that big of a deal. But then I came in from having put the bins out on the street, and I came in, and it's always hard coming in from the back where I go like to the bins. This is such a tangent, and I'm trying to keep this clip short, which is not going to happen today. I have this front room that I'm in right now has a door that leads into the rest of the house, and when I leave in the day, I close that door and I leave the cat in the back part of the house. She's not allowed in this area, and this is where my front door is connected through this area. So I can come in the front door, close the front door and all of that before I let the cat into this part, and there's no danger of her getting out. But when I'm at home and I'm just trying to go out like the back door or whatever, and I haven't closed her in, there's always a danger of, cat escaping. She also loves to, I'm sure this is common of cats, it loves to climb the screen, like the fly screen. I know in America fly screens like aren't common, but in Australia they are. And she tries to climb the like fly screen. And I don't really care, except in the door at the back, she climbs it, and then she manages to climb all the way to the top and then get onto like the door jamb, and then she can't get down. And she'll be up there for ages, and then she can jump from there onto the old bookcases that I've still got in the hallway that I haven't got rid of yet, but then there's nowhere for her to go from there, and she won't get down, and then she's stuck up there, and then I have to try to get her down, and then she doesn't like when I try to get her down, and then she claws me, and it's a whole thing, and so I just try to stop her from climbing. Anyway, so I came in the back door from putting the bins out, and she immediately tried to climb the screen, but also as she tried to launch herself at the screen, I was still closing the door, and I was worried that she was going to like fling it open and then go outside. So I quickly pulled it, and she must have had her paw like just kind of on the edge of it, and obviously it hurt her a little bit, and she yowled really loudly, and like she's totally fine. We've patted and had little smoochies and cuddles, and she's totally fine. But she was just being probably a bit of a drama queen, to be honest. I think it just shocked her more than anything, and I pulled it, and then when she yelled, I almost started crying. Like I almost started crying because I was just like, I don't need this right now, and I was really worried that I hurt her. I didn't cry because like I don't cry, but it's so ridiculous. Anyway, there's my fun little anecdote about my day today. So last night I had an absolute disaster with the whole thing about how I was going to try to take those library books back. So I had my physio appointment. I went all the way from physio to the library, which is it's not like far, but it's like a 10-15 minute drive. Went all the way to the library, was sitting in the car park, was literally about to get out of my car to go into the library when I realized I didn't take this book with me. So I was so focused on taking the books. So I took with me Cold Spell, and I took with me The Ghost at Dawn's House because I was going to try finish both of these to return. But this is the one that I'd already read and had completed, and this is the one that's like the main one that I really needed to return, because after books have been overdue a little bit from my library, you get fines like after 2 weeks you get a fine, and then you get a fine basically every week until you return it. But once they've been overdue, I think it's like 4 weeks, you get a fine to pay to replace the book plus like a processing fee, and if you return the book, those fees just disappear. You don't have to pay them. But so I've got like a $20 fine just on this book on top of the other fine. So this is the one that I really needed to return because this is the one that's like really overdue. And I got there and realized I didn't take this book, and so there was very little point. And I also wanted to pay the fines, but I wasn't going to be able to pay the fines without returning this, because it would have meant paying like the full amount of fines when I don't actually need to pay the replacement cost of this, because I don't need it to be replaced because I've got it right here. I was so mad. So I drove all the way from the physio to the library for no reason. So I ended up just coming home because there was no point. And after, I wasn't going to come all the way home, get it, and go all the way back because it just wasn't happening. So, needless to say, I still haven't returned to those books, and now the library, I'm not going to be able to go to the library during opening hours again until, because they're open late on Mondays and Wednesdays, so, like, they're closed already tonight. They'll be closed already when I get home tomorrow. I won't be able to go now until Saturday. Which is, like, it's not a huge deal. There's no holds or anything on this. It's not like there's someone waiting for it, so it's not a big deal. I'll just return them on Saturday. But anyway, I was so frustrated last night. Anyway. So, in terms of reading update, I've got so much to talk to you guys about. So, I did end up finishing this. I only had about 50 pages of this left, I think, when I spoke to you guys last night. It's not my favorite of the series. There's a lot of characters and stuff that kind of come up in this. It does have little tie-ins to the first 3 books. These books could all definitely be read as standalones. It's not really... they're all set in the same world, these fairy tale retellings, but they're all their own stories. You don't need to read any of the others, but you did get a lot of little like tidbits in here that kind of like tied into previous books that it wouldn't have mattered if you hadn't read it. You just wouldn't have picked up on those things. But if you had read it like I have, then you picked up on those things. But because there was so many like kind of characters and stuff put in, I thought none of the characters are well developed. These books are quite short. They're normally only like 300. I think this one was what, 320? Yeah, they're all like around that length. They're all I just underdeveloped. Like, none of the characters feel overly fleshed out. It's probably my main gripe with this one. I still enjoyed it. It's not my favorite. My favorite of them is definitely the third book, the Little Mermaid retelling, but I did still enjoy this. Apologies about the glare that I keep throwing in your face. So I ended up giving this one 3.5, which is the same rating that I gave book 2. I then read, because I didn't need to rush to finish it, I then only ended up reading, I read half of this last night. This is The Ghost at Dawn's House by Anne M. Martin. This is book 9 in the Babysitters Club series. I gave this one 4 stars. This one is totally up my alley because it's like spooky, ghosty. This one basically follows Dawn. Dawn lives in a old farmhouse from the I think it's built in 1795, so it's very old, and she's moved in recently because she's new to Stony Brook, and she has been looking for a secret passage in the house. Does she find one? I'm not going to tell you, but it's all like spooky, haunty type of thing. I mean, for kids, it wasn't particularly scary or spooky to me as a 30-year-old person, but still really enjoyable. Really enjoyed this one. I gave this 4 stars. I then started, I'll keep going with the physical books. I then started Alpha by Rachel Vincent. So I just said I read half of this last night. I read half of it last night. I finished it today on my lunch break. I then, on the bus on the way home, started reading Alpha by Rachel Vincent. This is the 6th and final book in the Shifters series. I read 36. I'm on page 36. So barely started it, but excited to finally be finishing up with this series. Don't have any thoughts on this so far, obviously, because I've only read 30 pages. I then also finished today the audiobook that I had started for Her Pretty Face by Robin Harding. This is the thriller, I believe. Yes, I did. I talked about this yesterday. So I finished it today. I have to say that I was kind of disappointed in it. To me, there is nothing shocking in this novel, like, at all. It is very, very, very predictable, in my opinion. But I don't say it's predictable in the way that I quite often guess plot twists, and I don't know if it's just something about who I am as a person, that I'm very suspicious by nature, and I'm always questioning everything. And so because of that, generally, I just guess a lot of things because I've considered so many possibilities that quite often I come to a lot of correct conclusions. I don't know. But in this, it was the type of book that I was just like, of course that's what it was. Like, there was never any, like, other options, if that makes sense. I was just like, of course that's what it is. There are a few, like, little things, like, put in at the end, like, that little, like, really small elements that, like, kind of were added in that you maybe didn't see, but, like, nothing that, like, you just cared about, like, really at all. I did think the writing was really good. It was very well written. It was very quick, easy to read. That was good. I also didn't think the story had great atmosphere. There was nothing, like, wrong with it, but I just, in my thrillers, I want to, like, feel that kind of creepy, I'm going to say, like, creepy, like, thrilling kind of vibe. And I think because of the, like, such predictable nature of the story, there was never that thrilling. I never felt like my characters were in danger. I never was worried or, like, really intensely, like, what's going to happen, because I just was like, well, I know what's happening, if that makes sense. I did think this book is it's definitely a psychological thriller. There is a lot of commentary in there on just the psychological aspects of the plot, like a lot to do with kind of forgiveness. Can you ever forgive someone? Like, do people who've done terrible things, like when they were young, maybe, like, do they deserve forgiveness? Can you ever be, like, rehabilitated from a crime? Stuff in there about that, about just the nature of guilt, and that is kind of in there. About, it definitely speaks a little, like, I feel like I'm not articulating myself well at all. I'm stressed, you guys. It was definitely had a lot of psychology. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the book. It was disappointing in the thriller aspect of it because it's not really very thrilling. So I enjoyed it, but I just don't think it's thrilling. So I gave it 3.5 stars. I would recommend, I think there's a lot of people who would really enjoy this book, but I would be shocked if anyone read this and then, like, gets to the end and they're like, oh, I was mind blown. I would be like, what? So, unless you're like mind blown that nothing's really happened, I don't know. Okay, that's what I've read. I'm home tonight. I don't have anything. That's what I mean. Like, I should not feel stressed. I've got nothing really I have to do. I do want to edit. I filmed the second video that I filmed on the weekend. I just can't even think right now. I wouldn't mind editing that and getting that like uploaded and scheduled, and I don't think that'll take me too long because it's just a tag video. It's not like something that's super long, so I'm probably going to try get that done just so I don't have to think about anything filming or editing related until the weekend, even though like tomorrow's Friday, like thank the Lord. So yeah, I'm at home, and like I said, I'm going to go now because this clip's already so long, and I really wanted to keep the clips from this vlog as short as possible because this is a 10-day vlog. So I'm going to go. I apologize if this was so ranty and there was weird anecdotes and my thoughts aren't together, and I'm sorry. I'm just sorry, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 8:47 a.m. on Saturday. What's the date today? The 27th of October. This is really shit lighting. I've got the glare of, I'm parked across from another car, and the glare off their, oh my God, what is the front of a car called? You know, the front of a car. Why can I not think of that word? Off their bonnet. That is the word I was looking for, is like glaring right onto my face. So it looks really terrible. I apologize. Now, we never normally get a clip this early. So it's been a while since I've checked in. I didn't check in at all with you guys yesterday. If I'm being perfectly honest, I was in a filthy mood yesterday. I wasn't in a great mood. So Thursday night, let's just go through did I bring, oh, I thought I brought my book, but I didn't, so I don't have it here to show you. I started Alpha by Rachel Vincent, the last book in the Shifter series. Started that on Thursday night. I read about 100 pages. Then yesterday I got like no time for reading whatsoever, and then because I was in such a filthy mood, this is very rarely happens to me, but I didn't even feel, I'm like, God, this lighting. Is there like an angle that's better? What if I put the visor down? Oh, that's worse. I just apologize. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. What if I like go? I'm sorry. Because I was in such a bad mood, like I didn't even want to read. I just didn't want to read. So I didn't end up reading at all, like kind of in the evening until I went to bed. But then I did read about 90 pages before I went to sleep last night. So I was about 190 pages. And I actually have read like a chapter this morning. So I think I'm just over 200 pages. The book is about 475-ish pages, I believe. So not halfway. And we actually had a like sad event just happened in the book right before the chapter I read before I left, which means I've cried this morning before I've even left the house. It was an event that I was expecting. I've predicted this event from like very early on in the series, but it was still really sad. Anyway, so that's the reading update. I have read about 200 pages, I guess, since I last spoke to you guys. Now people are getting into the cars next to me, even though it's like 8:40 in the morning. How have you already done your shopping? So I have driven myself. I'm meeting my parents for coffee this morning. Normally I go with my parents, but I drove myself today because I'm getting my nails done, and it'll just take a bit longer, so I'll drive myself home. Don't want my parents to have to hang around. I'm not sure what color I'm going to go with yet. I really love this lighter color. I'll see if I can show you, but the only issue with the lighter color, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I don't know if you can see, oh, I don't know, I literally cannot tell if you can see that on camera. I don't know if you can see that it's all blue down the side there. It doesn't show up on darker colors, but when I have the lighter colors, I get pen that like smears on it. It's something to do with the way I hold my pen. I don't really know. And I get ink all on my nail. Now someone's parking next to me. Anyway, so that's the reading update. So, and then I'm planning after I get my nails, I'm going to go pick my mum up, and then we're going to the bigger shopping center in our area. I need to pick out new frames for the new glasses, reading glasses that I need that I still haven't done. And I want to buy new shoes for work. And then tomorrow I don't have anything going on. I'm having a barbecue at my parents' place tomorrow. And that is about it. That's the update. And now I'm just waiting in the car for my parents to get here for coffee. I'm quite early. We normally meet at just before 9, so I'm pretty early. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to sit in my car and finish watching a YouTube video until my parents get here. And yeah, I apologize once again for this terrible lighting, and I will talk to you guys maybe later in the day, but probably not, because I don't think I'll finish Alpha because I've got like 300 pages left in that. So I'll definitely talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 4:55 p.m. on Sunday, the 28th of October. So yesterday. When did I check in? Yesterday morning. I had that really awfully lit clip yesterday morning. So I had coffee and all of that yesterday, was out at the shops. I got home yesterday at about like 1:30, 2 o'clock. By the time I had like done everything, I did pick out new glasses frames. I'm not that happy with them. My face, something about the shape of my face, my eyes, I don't know what it is, but glasses look terrible on me. Sunglasses aren't as bad because the lens of a sunglass is dark and you can't actually see my eye through it. It's not as bad, but with the glasses being like clear or whatever and being able to see my eye and something about that, I look terrible. And like, this is not just me saying, like, I took my mum with me so she could help me like pick frames and the ones I've picked are literally the best ones that look the best of what, like, of basically every frame, but they still don't look that great. But you know, what can you do? I need them, so I've ordered them. Anyway, so I got home. So then yesterday afternoon, I was home yesterday afternoon, and last night I watched a couple of movies last night. I slept for a couple of hours yesterday afternoon, watched a couple of movies last night. Today I've been at home like kind of all day. I have been up from probably about 9. I just haven't really done much today. I've been kind of watching some booktube, reading. I've done a couple of little things around the house, but like nothing major. I then washed my hair a little while ago. I had a shower and washed my hair. And then I just had a little like 40-minute power nap. And I'm literally about to head to my parents for our barbecue. Oh, and I did have my nails done yesterday too. So I wanted something a bit more spring coloured. So I ended up going for this colour. I'm not overly happy with it. I just don't think that it suits me. Like, there's nothing wrong with the colour. I just don't think that it suits me. But you're not going to love every colour. It's also because like the colour on the like sample, you know, thing was a little bit lighter than this. It's like a little bit like brighter. Like, I don't hate this colour or anything. I just don't think it suits me. I kind of wish, I almost went for an orangish colour. And I'm kind of wishing that I did go for an orangey colour. Anyway, not a big deal. I'll have these for 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks, however long it ends up being before I go again. And then I'll get a different colour and it'll be fine. So, that is that. So, reading update. So, last night, I did do some reading yesterday. I'm still reading Alpha by Rachel Vincent, but I read to about page 300 in this last night. I think I was on page 200, so I read about 100 pages yesterday. And I was on exactly page 300 last night, if I recall. Is that correct? Yes. I was on chapter 22, which is on exactly page 300. And I'm currently on page 420. So I've read about 120 pages so far today. This book is 473 pages. Yes, so I've got, 54 pages left to read. So I'm definitely going to get this done tonight. Like I say, I'm so close to the end. I'm really actually quite enjoying this. This is very action-packed. There's a lot going on. It's really like everything that we've been like leading to for these 6 books is all like coming to a head. I am kind of worried that we're only 50 pages to go, and I feel like maybe a part of the ending is going to be like a little bit rushed. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see the 50 pages. I'm definitely going to get this done tonight. I'm going to take it with me to my parents. I might get a little bit read while I'm around there, or I might not. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have much more to report. I will check in with you guys tomorrow when I get home from work. I'll be able to give you my thoughts on this because I will have finished it by then, and I will have started a new audiobook. I'm going to start a new audiobook tomorrow, and once I finish this, I'll start a new book. So I'll have that to talk to you guys about as well. So, yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is about 5:45 p.m. on Monday, the 29th of October. I've had a pretty crappy day, if I'm being honest. I've been quite busy. And then on top of that, we had massive system upgrades over the weekend, and then because of that, there were all kinds of tech problems today. And like literally the first half of today till like 2 p.m, I could get basically no work done because my computer was constantly like, it wasn't just me, it was like everyone was having problems, constantly freezing, and it was really bad. It's just so frustrating when you know you've got so much to get done and then you just can't get it done even when you want to. So that was really annoying. I then came home from work and I had to change the kitty litter because I didn't get to it over the weekend, and it's one of my least favourite household chores to do. But it needs to be done as a responsible pet owner. So I did that, and then literally just like emptied it. I had emptied it and I cleaned the litter tray, and I was preparing to put new litter in. And when he went into the empty tray and peed in it, so then I had to like wash that out and clean it out again. And then literally just as I put the clean litter in, she went in there and pooped in there. I was just like, seriously, Winifred? Like, ugh. So I finished doing that. And then I had to bring the bins in because I hadn't even brought my bins in, even though bin day was like on, it's been a thing. Anyway, I'm home now. I've got knitting group tonight. Everything's fine. So let's talk about reading update. So last night I finished Alpha by Rachel Vincent. I finished this before I went to bed. I enjoyed this. It was definitely really action-packed and like a lot going on, and everything that had been building up for across the whole series all came to a head and all of that type of thing in this. However, having said that, it was enjoyable, but there was nothing that happened in this that I couldn't have predicted from like book one. Like basically everything that you think's gonna happen, like that kind of happens, if that makes sense. But it was still enjoyable. I gave this a 3.5 star, and I definitely, Faith, the main character, definitely grows a lot across the series, and she's definitely a lot less annoying in this book to me than what she has been in the past. So I did enjoy it, 3.5 stars. And then started a new audiobook today. I'm listening to Wool by Hugh Howey. So it turns out that this is actually, I believe when the book was first released, it was like released in like 9 short stories. And then this is the version that's all of those 9 short stories put together as book 1 of what became a trilogy. So I'm 38% of the way through that. Very much enjoying it. This is basically just a adult dystopian about a society of people who live in a silo, like this massive, massive, massive silo, because the outside world is completely like uninhabitable. Like if you even like breathe the air or whatever, you're just gonna die. So they live in this silo, and it is huge. I think it's like 120 floors, and they don't even have like an elevator. If you need to go like in the silo, you gotta walk up and down the stairs. So there's been a few times in the book already where they've had, like, people in the book have had to go, like, on a real journey down some stairs or up some stairs, and, oh, I could feel it. I was like, I would not survive in this society, let's be real. So, well, I guess you would, because you would just have to be fit from going up and down stairs all the time. Like, it's just craziness. Anyway. So reading that, 38% of the way through, really enjoying that. I didn't get a huge amount of reading time today, but on the way home, so I was going to pick up Dumb Witness by Agatha Christie. That's my next kind of main book that I need to read, but then I remembered that I had the novella on my Kindle called Hunt by Rachel Vincent. This is book 6.5 in the Shifters series, so it's a little novella set after the series. It is also, however, a bridge book between what I literally just realized this, I didn't even know this was a thing, that she has released more books afterwards in like a spin-off series that follow a side character, and this is like 6.5 in the Shifters series, but it is also kind of 0.5 of that new series as like kind of a lead-in to the new series. And now that I've read that and I know like kind of what it's generally about, I'm very interested in reading that spin-off series, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do that because my library has the first book, but that's it, just the first book. It doesn't have the second 2. I'm also not sure if it's still being published because there's a 4th book listed on Goodreads but without any information, so I'm not sure if it's a complete series, if she's still working on it, exactly what's happening with that. And then I didn't look at the second 2 books, but like the first book, when I checked before I saw that my library had it, I checked and it's like $8 on Kindle, and that I'm not paying, like $8 is too much to me to pay on an ebook. I only like to buy ebooks if I can get them really cheap. So I don't know, I kind of want to read it, but I'm not willing to spend that kind of money on the ebooks of like books 2 and 3, and my library doesn't have them, so I'm not sure how to get my hands on them. Anyway, so that's a dilemma. If you guys have read that spin-off series, you probably haven't, but if you have, let me know if it's worth it. Anyway, Hunt, the ebook, I have read, I'm not sure how far, I think it was about half of the way through that. I just started that literally on the bus on the way home, 48%. So I'm 48% of the way through that. Like I said, this is just book 6.5. Actually quite enjoying it so far. I'm interested in the subject of it, like the premise of it. I'm interested to see where it's going to go. And that's it. And this clip, oh my god, I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be trying to keep these clips really short. I feel like this vlog is going to be so long. So that's it. I will talk to you guys. I'm planning to finish Hunt today. I then also remembered that I have 2 novellas, what's book 1.1 and 2.1 in the Spark series by Rachel Craw. So I'm going to catch up on those because I probably should have read 1.1 between books 1 and 2 and I forgot about it, so I didn't do that. And then I have the one between 2 and 3. So I'm going to read that as well. So I'll probably just read, like, power through those 3 novellas tonight. So I'll have a lot to talk to you about tomorrow, and then I'll start Dumb Witness tomorrow. That's the plan, and continue on with Wool tomorrow. So I'll probably have a lot of reading to talk to you guys about tomorrow, so another probably far too long clip. So I'm going to go now, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:27 p.m. on Tuesday, the 30th of October. I'm in my pajamas because I've been working, but I've been working from home, and when you're working from home, why get dressed? Am I right? So, reading update. I've got a lot to talk to you guys about. So, last night I finished the novella Hunt by Rachel Vincent. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good little novella, and I realized in the author's note, I'm glad I read it as well, because in the author's note, Rachel Vincent talked about the series that I was talking about yesterday, the spin-off series, and was saying that each book in that is going to follow a different character or a different couple. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. So that made me feel better about even just reading the first one and then seeing if I can get my hands on the others, because I feel like the first one's going to at least be a complete story, and I'm definitely interested in the character that's going to be in that one. So I put that on hold in my library. I'm definitely interested to read that first one. So I gave that 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I then read both of the 2 novellas that I mentioned from the Spark series by Rachel Craw. So I'm just trying to pull them up because I think the first one, they are listed in the series order on Goodreads as being 1.1, 2.1, and 3.1, but both of the first 2 were prequels, so I'm not sure how they're 1.1 and 2.1 because they're both set before the series. So the first one, 1.1 is called Kill Switch and 2.1 is called Black Room. Both of them were okay. The first one I enjoyed a little bit more. I gave that one a 3.5 star. I enjoyed that one. And then Black Room, I didn't enjoy quite as much, but it was still just okay. I gave that 3 stars. So that's what I read last night. Because I've been at home today, I've got a lot more read than what I would get read when I'm at work. No commute, no moving around the office, had full lunch break, all of that fun stuff. So I've been reading today Dumb Witness by Agatha Christie. This is the latest book in the Hercule Poirot series, and I'm on page 194. So I've got almost 200 pages read. This is only 260 pages, so I've got like 70 pages left in that. So my plan is to get that finished tonight. I've got boxing tonight that I'm going to pick my mum up in, like, what time is it? Less than half an hour, or about half an hour. And then my plan when I get home from boxing is to edit as much of this vlog as possible, hopefully the whole thing excluding tomorrow's clip and probably the intro outro, because I want to get this video uploaded tomorrow night. And if I have to take the time to edit the whole thing tomorrow night as well, it's just I won't get it done because it'll take way too long. And I'm not too worried about not getting as much read tonight because I got so much read today. Like, even if I just have to read that 70 pages before I go to sleep, I'm totally fine with that. And I have actually already edited a couple of clips. I think I've edited the first 2 days of this vlog. So I've done some of it. So hopefully I've got enough time to do that. So that's it, I think. I'm going to go because, 1, I'm trying to keep these clips short, and 2, my camera's about to die. But yeah, that is it. I will talk to you. I've got a lot read. Pretty happy. Oh, all of that stuff was really short. The novellas in the Spark series were both like 14 pages and 17 pages, something really short. It almost feels like cheating to add them to my Goodreads, but I read them, so I'm adding them. So that's it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow for the last day of the vlog, the last day of the month, Halloween tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 2:29 p.m. on Wednesday, the 31st of October. I'm working from home again today, and I actually just finished, oh, helps if I hold it the right way, Logan Likes Marianne by Anne M. Martin. So I thought I would take this opportunity to film this clip now, because I'm not going to finish anything else before the end of the month, and it'll give me a chance to get ahead a little bit on hopefully getting my vlog up. Am I zoomed in? I feel like my face is ginormous. I am. So I actually just started filming this clip and then ran out of memory card, so I just deleted it and started over. But I had one of those, I have so many, while editing these vlogs, so many like Hermione Granger moments where I'm like, is that what my hair looks like from the back? It's partly because when I like look at that, like most of the time if I've been at home all day I haven't brushed my hair. So anyway, So I just finished this. This is book 10 in the Babysitters Club series. Logan Likes Marianne. I'm sure you guys can guess what this one is about. This one was really nice. I really liked, there's an author's note at the back of this, and Anne M. Martin talked about how she made the decision for Marianne to be the first of the group to have a steady boyfriend, because she knew it wasn't what people would have expected, because Marianne is the shy, quiet one of the group, and I really liked that. This one also had some nice commentary in there on just, I guess, how people grow up at different rates, both like physically and emotionally. Like it's talked about in this one about how Christy is the only one who isn't wearing a bra, and she feels like she's being left behind in that way. And I definitely know that that is something that is so prevalent with girls around this age, like feeling like you're being left behind, or like you're not, you know, as grown up as your friends when they progress like emotionally or physically faster than you. Like I know it happens with, like, you know, getting boobs and getting your period and that type of thing, that if you're a later bloomer, that it can feel very much like you're being left behind. And because I know for a fact that some girls, you know, I was a 13-year-old girl at one point, that some girls can use it as a, you know, hi baby, can use it as a, one of those things where, you know, they kind of lord it over you because they're more grown up than you, when really it means nothing. We just all progress and grow up at different rates, and that was talked about a little bit. And I really like that. Oh, do you mind? But yeah, I enjoyed this one. Definitely not one of my favorites, but I enjoyed it. I give this one 3.5 stars. I have been requesting like the next 5 in the series, and the next one, like in publish date wise, that I need to pick up is actually one of the super specials, the very first super special, Babysitters on Board. However, my library doesn't have a copy, which is really annoying, so I'm going to have to purchase a copy. I think I'm going to be able to get a copy secondhand. Can you not rub your... You can't see her, but she's like pushing her face on the camera. I think I'm going to be able to get a copy secondhand off eBay, because I had a look at buying it a copy brand new, and it's like $109. Like, what even? So I presume because they're not in print anymore. I don't really know, but I am paying $109 for a children's book. So hopefully I can get a copy of that secondhand off eBay, because the super specials and that type of like specials were my favorite ones. So like the specials and the mystery and all of that type of ones, the mysteries and the super mysteries, all of that, they were my favorites. So hopefully my library still has most of them and just doesn't have this one for some reason. I'm hoping. But anyway, so I also, this is just a little fun fact, I went out today to pick up some lunch because I'm at home. And I went out to pick up some lunch, and it actually, for the first time, like this kind of, it feels like not even like spring, it felt like summer out there. We've got a couple of actual, let me look at what the actual temperature is today. I think tomorrow, so right now it is 33 degrees outside, which I'll put the Fahrenheit on the screen for you guys. It's pretty warm. It's not, I mean, summer in Australia, we're going to get a lot hotter than that in actual summer, because it's still spring here for another month. But it's the first day that it's felt like that summer type of heat. When I went outside, I was like, oh, this is it. And it's quite surprising, because we haven't even really had that many warm days. We've had a few days in like the mid-20s, but for the most part, it's been very up and down in the temperature. And we've had a lot of like, even, so I think tomorrow, so yeah, the expected forecast for tomorrow is 35, so a couple of degrees warmer for today, but then within 2 days, by Saturday, it's supposed to drop to 21, which again, I'll put the Fahrenheit down on the screen so you guys know what that is, but that's a huge drop in temperature. And it's just like that all the time, and it is so annoying. I would just prefer, I mean, I don't like the hot weather, but I just want consistent temperatures. It's so hard to know how to dress, like what to take with you, you know, like do I need to take a jacket? Like if I dress like it's warm weather, like quite often it gets cold, but then sometimes you dress like I'll have like a cardigan on my way to work, and then I'll be sweaty by the time I get there. It's just the weather, man. It's a nightmare. But I'm now ranting, so I'm gonna go. This is the last clip for this vlog, so I will see you guys in the outro, and then I guess I'll see you in November. Bye guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the last reading vlog of October. I hope you guys had a great reading month. How did it go for you? I would love to chat in the comments down below about that. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more reading vlogs from me in the future. But that is all I have for this video today. Bye guys.